Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of the Youth Upkeep Show with Biodun. Today, I have two of my guests in the studio to speak on youth choosing a career as they pass through life. Welcome with me, Reverend Dr. Sonjo Efunwale.
Thank you.
And Mrs. Olayemi Ajala.
Thank you very much.
It is my pleasure to have you in the house today. This is the second episode of the show. And today we'll be talking about the youth keeping up to their career, choosing a career, and making the best out of their life. Sir, can you please go introduce yourself to us as we begin the program?
Thank you very much, my beloved brother and Reverend. My name is, as has been mentioned, Reverend Sonjo Efunwale, and I'm a minister of God in the Anglican Communion.
Okay.
Precisely, I'm the vicar in charge of Emmanuel Anglican Church Parakin.
Okay.
Now.
All right. And you are a doctor. You're discipline and
Well,
our viewers would like to know.
Okay, but I'm a PhD holder in technology management
Wow.
from
Technology
Obafemi
management.
Awolowo University.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Welcome to the studio
Thank you, sir.
for the Youth Upkeep.
Yes,
This is
sir.
the second episode. It's my pleasure to have you on the second episode of the program.
Thank
You're
you
welcome,
very
sir.
much.
Mrs. Ajala, please tell the viewers about you.
Okay, my name is Ajala Olayemi Tabitha. I'm a teacher, a traditional wedding compere, and a businesswoman.
Oh, a businesswoman.
Yes.
What kind of business do you do? Let your people know.
Okay, I'm into the selling of perfume oil, bags, shoes, female categories actually.
Okay, so you're advertising on my program, and so you're going to
She
pay
has
for
to
the
pay.
advert.
Well, in Nigeria.
So if you want to buy perfume oil and you want to do traditional gauging, you can contact her. I'm doing that for her free of charge.
Thank you very
So thank you for coming to the show today. It's my pleasure to have you.
Thank
And
you.
let me start by asking, choosing a career in this present day world could be very difficult because growing up, majority of us want to be doctor, we want to be lawyer, we want to be engineer, and you know, we don't become that often. Some of these are challenges to growing up, especially in the contemporary Nigerian, in the family average Nigerian. So, sir, how can you best explain choosing a career in this contemporary world, in this part of the world? How important it is?
Thank you very much, my brother. And let me say that this topic is very, very necessary. And especially to the young ones that are just coming up right from primary school, not secondary school, right from primary school, so that they have understanding of what it takes to become whatever they want to become in life. And as you earlier said, it's not something that was easy for us in making decision concerning what you want to be in life, because there was nobody there to guide you. I can call it, you do permutation, combination to find yourself in the line where you eventually find yourself. But that is not the best way to do it. The best way to do it is to get a guide in life before you can just say, okay, this is what I want to do or whatsoever, and some other things like that, which we'll talk about later.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, in your own opinion, choosing a career in this present day world, how can you best explain it to the viewers at home?
Okay, can we first pick it from the main idea, what a career is, so that every other person can understand what we are talking about, especially for the upcoming generation, I mean our brothers and sisters in the lower classes. When we talk about career, the English dictionary defines it as one's calling in life, a person's occupation, and one's profession. Choosing a career depends on envisaging what you want in life. It takes you looking into yourself, what you're able to do, what you're able to give out to people. As the saying goes, you cannot give what you don't have. It is very difficult for someone that is not proficient in mathematics to say you want to go into engineering. That's a missing of the road, by the way. And then you cannot just say because you know, we as a teacher, I tend to experience a lot with my students in the aspect of the fact that we realize that we say because a child is dull, then we push the child to art class, saying yes, that's the general notion that dull students are in art class, the brilliant ones go to the science class. But I want to tell us today that that is a very, very wrong view. And if you are carrying that notion, I am pleading. Can I say by the blood of Jesus Christ? Yes, I think I think I can. So please remove that notion from your heart. That is very, very wrong. I am an English expert, so I know what I am saying. I am not a dullard. I am brilliant in my own field, and I'm very good at what I do.
From the arts class,
Yes.
and you that doesn't make you dullard.
No.
Okay, but the science are the best actually in people's opinion.
People's opinion, but I can tell you that you are proficient at what you have. There's a saying that goes, you don't make nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. Okay. So what I can do in the art class is very difficult for a science student to just penetrate in and do what I can do.
So everybody is perfect in their
Everybody is beautiful and peculiar in their own line of study.
Okay. Well, to my viewers over there, if you are in the art class, you are not an inferior. So you're not inferior to the science students, you're inferior to
the commercial students. No.
So you're best in what you do.
Definitely.
Okay, so is that all you want to tell?
Oh, well, that is that. Then in choosing a career in this contemporary world, this would go to the parents. I wouldn't want us to say because of our level of thinking, or perhaps what we've gone through, we are imposing a career path on our children. Take for example, I have a student in my class. Once when I'm marking the literature script, I'm always elated because he gives me what I want. In fact, far above what I think an SS1 student can write. He gives me what I want. But when I tend to talk to the father wants him to be a mathematician. And hello, this boy is so weak in this very subject. So, and that's because the father has a friend who is a mathematician, that is an engineer, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
so the money aspect of that.
People tend to force a certain career on their. Let me push that question to you, sir. People try to push career on their children.
Yes.
Like, I want you to be a medical doctor, and if you're not going to be a medical doctor, then I'm not going to sponsor you. I'm not going to pay for you. So the boy or the girl will not have any other choice than to just go in that line.
Yes.
What advice can you give our viewers with that, sir?
Let me say this, that I have many people around me that the choice of course the study in the university was influenced by their parents.
Sure.
And there are some that after they graduated, they brought the certificate to their father. Daddy, I've done what you asked me to do. This is your certificate. And they follow their passion. It is a very bad idea for any parents to enforce on what their children should study. There was a particular lady that I knew very well. Her parents wanted her to study law. She did very well. She graduated from OAU. She went to law school. And after graduating and everything, she dumped everything. And she's to catering and event management.
Imagine, from law.
From law. From law. And many other like that. So it is not good to force. Allow your children to discover themselves. Once they discover themselves, they can say these are the steps that you can take in choosing a career. To the young ones out there, that assess yourself. What can you do? What is your passion? And once you discover your passion, then highlight all those things that you discover. Okay, I can do this, I can do that, I can. And after highlighting it, then now narrow it down. Okay, which one can I do more than this, than the other? By doing that, then you look for a mentor in that line who can mentor you. And as a result of that, you'll be able to. But when the parent is forced, I have two girls now, and I can identify their area of strength and weakness. I can identify that. For instance, you want your daughter to become a medical doctor. As a type that when you kill a chicken at home, you run away from blood. You miss it from onset.
Definitely. I think I like that illustration.
Yes, you miss it from onset. My baby at home, seeing chicken, live chicken, she's frightening. Yeah. But the other one, she doesn't care. She can even approach it. Blood, she has no trouble with blood. My own brother, the one I followed the family line, he wanted to be a medical doctor, but because he didn't understand himself, it was later in life that I realized that he was not meant to be that. He studied zoology in the University of Ibadan. Wow. And upon traveling abroad, he discovered his passion. He's a graduate of engineering now. Hardware engineering from zoology. In fact, funny enough, he graduated with first class. Somebody that could not even graduate with good grade in first class. Why? Because that is his passion, and he followed it. So we still talk about other factors that affect choosing a career, but in choosing a career, I try to discover yourself.
That's the first thing. Discovering yourself.
Yes.
Is just the best thing choosing a career.
And once you discover yourself and you make your choice, then you do more research in that line, so that you know the steps to take to get to your destination.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Mrs. Adela, to what extent will you advise the youth to follow after their dreams? You know, majority have personal dreams like, oh, I have interest in singing, I have interest in drawing, I have interest. Now, I've seen that most people, their vision, their personal plan, make way for them more than what you enforced on them. So how far will you tell our youth and most of our viewers to follow after their dream?
Okay, thank you, Hanko. Your career path should account for your goals, your future plans, and personality. Now, let us consider some few factors that you need to consider when choosing a career path. First, you need to outline your career goals. Now, before selecting a career, you need to start with self-reflection, or let me say self-reflecting questions about yourself and answering those questions. Now, active reflection would help you to narrow your choices into something more specific. You can try to ask yourself, what do I really want from my career? You know, perhaps because of the African mentality that my father used to have back then, thank God he later corrected it. My father wanted me to study law because he wished to become a lawyer, and perhaps circumstances weren't, and unforeseen contingencies were in life made him an engineer on the path that he chose anyways. But I realized within myself that I can't become a lawyer if I don't like arguments. Yes.
Like us, I actually want to become a lawyer actually, because people tend to see me as a person that likes argument.
People would tend to look at you, your stature, everything, the way you speak, the way you compose yourself, and they just bring something to your presence. Bam! This is what you're supposed to be. No, that shouldn't be. Then I had to sit my father down and tell him, sir, I can't even argue to save my life.
How can you save other people's life?
So how can I save other people's life if I can't even argue to save my own life? Then he was like, okay, what do you like doing? Then he realized when I was young, we used to have this Jehovah's Witness diary in the house. Then I have one teacher when I was in primary school then, and he used to be Auntie Ajewole. So when I get home, I'm always like that auntie in the house. I'll pick up all the Jehovah's Witness book. I'll start marking. I'll mark 0/10, 1/20. And I will now sit down with the cushions in the house. I'll start beating them. How can you score 1/20? I teach you well.
So that actually makes you a good teacher, right? That actually places you in teaching line.
My mother was like, okay, would you like to get into teaching? I said, well, I would love to anyways. And since I stayed a little bit at home before gaining admission into the University of Ibadan, I picked up a teaching job, and to my father's surprise, students that I was teaching then were gaining admission. I was still at home. So it really built my passion for teaching. And then my father was like, okay, sit down. Teaching in this Nigerian world today would not fend you anything much. Are you ready to go in for it? So what I mean by what do I want for my career? If you pick the line of saying I want to have money at all costs in that career line, you'll be frustrated, especially when you come to this Nigerian economy. You realize that you get frustrated once the money is not coming in. Yes, if you are pursuing money in your career, if that's the first thing you are pursuing, yes, everybody needs money, don't get me wrong. But if that is your first aim of what you want from your career, you've just missed the road. So check out for what you want in your career. I am fulfilled. I see fulfillment within me. Fine, I'm going to take up my career to the next level, end up being a lecturer or something, but that does not mean I am not chasing money. No, but I want to be fulfilled. I want to see my students come out later on, and then I'm like, yes, I taught him, I taught her. That is the fulfillment that I want to have. Then you check for yourself, what are my core values? What are my core values? What do I have to offer? Like I said, I am not boasting. Like the book of 1 Corinthians says, let anyone that boasts, boast in the Lord. My boast is in the Lord, but I am very good at what I do. And I try as much as possible to update myself gradually. So what are your core values? What are you able to offer? Then what activities do I enjoy most professionally or in my free time? You need to check what activities you enjoy most. You would know that a child that will go into fashion, you will see that the child would always want to do something like getting into the fashion world, trying to dress you up, trying to do makeup, trying to do this, try that. No, parents, please, can we just remove that African mentality from us and say, can I speak Yoruba? Okay, thank you. Yoruba people will say, oh, get it, boju. Oh, ti fine, we need to put them in check because too much of everything is not good. But just check out the line to which the child is tolling, and so you can lead the child in that very aspect. Then what are my strengths and aptitude? Soft skills, hard skills. Like I said, I can't argue to save my life, so I can't become a lawyer. So I need to check out my strengths. When it comes to discussion, lengthy discussions and things like, aside teaching that I enjoy doing, that I can explain over and over and over and over. When it comes to argument, I'm not a fan.
Okay.
When it comes to medical line, I am not, you don't even want to see me there. Even though, yes, my mom used to be a nurse, I know some of what I can use when it comes to ailment or something. First aid. But anything medical line, you cannot find me there. Mathematics, don't even bring it to my side. No, I'm just the worst person. So you need to look for your strengths. Then, do I want to specialize in certain technical skills or take on a management role? You need to check out that. So those are the things you also need to consider. Then you need to create a 5 to 10 years plan for your career. If you don't, you need a short-term and a long-term goal. If you cannot set out your goal, then you still need to sit down and back down and think very well before you choose a career. I cannot be a teacher forever. It's not possible. It's either I take it up to being a lecturer or something. I used to joke with my mates back then when I was in UI. I would tell them, I say, see this Senate building? I'll still come back to sit down with some of my lecturers. Then we decide the fate of some students. That's my long term.
Jokingly, but that's not going to be a joke if you actually pursue it.
I'm going to pursue my dream.
You know the funny thing? There was a classmate of mine that they used to say, oh, they are going to the industry after graduating. And I always say to them that, for me, I'm coming back for my master's. And the time is coming when your son or your daughter will come to me and say they are looking for admission. I will ask them, who is your father? You know, so this is my father. Go and tell your father to bring money. So I was just making joke. Funny enough, the day after the service, I got job with the Polytechnic Ilefe here as the accounting lecturer. And one of my colleagues, I used to discuss that with them. My immediate sister was one of my students.
Wow.
So when I saw the name, I just called her. Do you know so person? She said, yes. Tell him to call me. That for you to pass my course, you must bring money. He don't call me immediately. I said, this man, you have been saying it and it's coming to pass very fast.
Imagine.
That's just that I used to tell them that. That's just the fact. I love one of my lecturers. Speaking.
Well, I think that's another part of setting up a mentor.
A mentor.
Yes.
Yeah. It's another part. So to our viewers, if you want to do best in choosing your career, I think you need a mentor.
Yes.
A good one, actually.
Very
Good one.
Somebody you will look up to and say,
Yes.
oh, I want to follow. In what aspect?
And pick up it. And I realized that the situation presently has turned. Yes.
How?
Have a job, you graduate as
Oh.
student,
You'll be employed by
non
non
teaching line,
yeah.
and then find them being frustrated. Then you do so many things out of the educational line. Thank God the government is trying. I don't know if they would implement it anyways. They are trying to say that if you are not an educator, you shouldn't come into the teaching line. Well, we pray they implement that. But if you are a choleric person, a choleric personality, or a melancholic personality, and you go up to pick up a teaching job, you'll be frustrated.
Yeah.
As a sanguine, if you go out to be to take up a medical line job, you realize that you will never be serious. Sanguines are not always serious. Well, it's good for your profession. It's good for your profession, but you need to balance it up. If you don't balance it, you'll be missing out on so many things. And that's why when you even even a melancholic person cannot pick up a nursing job because you'll be frustrated. All these market women that will come to you and start complaining and show go meaning and things like that. You'll be frustrated.
Okay.
Then you need to review your previous experiences if you are choosing a career. What do I mean by that? I made mention of the fact that I used to mark my Jehovah's Witness book. I used to teach my younger ones and things like that. If I didn't pick up those ones, perhaps I would have graduated from law by now, yes.
And what you're not good at, you will be doing
now. I am not good at. In fact, I might not even practice it. I might not practice it. So you need to review your past experiences. Then you compare your job requirements to your education. You cannot say you are not proficient at English language and say you want to go and pick up job phonics to go and teach the children. That's a mistake in destiny. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Ma. Sir, people have what they are good at. Can people consider their gifts as a way to enhance their career? Their gifts, what I'm good at, God's given gifts, or maybe personal gifts that I was developed?
Thank you very much. Let me say that from the Bible perspective, say the gift of a man makes way for him. And I think that is the easiest way, one of the easiest way to discover yourself in life. Let me give you an example. When I was in junior class, my passion was to become a medical doctor and also to be a military man.
Wow.
I wanted to join force. But along the line, unfortunately, my GS2, we didn't have good mathematics teacher. So I was weak in mathematics. And by the time we sat for juniors exam, I discovered I didn't do well in my mathematics. So instead of going to science class, I opted for commercial class. And unfortunately, again, my height denied me the opportunity of joining military because I have so much passion for the two lines. But because of that, and I have to, so, and I can say that it's part of the gift that I have. My height, I'm not endowed like others, and I used to make jokes that we pay the development fee, but our principal and our pastors, they refuse to hand it over to the appropriate quarter. So that's hindered me from getting the necessary height. So in choosing career, your gift is very, very important. I was talking about my young baby. I discovered that when it comes to writing, she's very good in writing. I was called to deliver speech at their primary school during the end of the year stuff they had last year, and I asked two of them, go and write something for me. I didn't have time. Yeah, go sit down, write something for me, and I put the two together. But I can say that I used most of our own speech. This Christmas, I was to send out messages of appreciation to those who have helped me in the course of the year. I asked of them to go and write something. I know that for her, she's very good. And in fact, when I put side by side with what her sister wrote, her own is better. And she doesn't deceive herself. She said, oh, you are going to become a medical doctor? Far from it. I want to be a lawyer.
Wow.
When it comes to argument, she's very good in arguments. And at times, that was the day I was just joking and I call her Gbada. She didn't wait to reply Baba Gbada. So I didn't need to bother myself than to assist her, because I've seen the gift that has been deposited in her. When it comes to talking. I was telling her that, come, I pray your mouth to not put you in trouble. Yes. That was it. She was telling the former bishop that, Baba, I want to see you eyeball to eyeball.
Well, imagine.
Yes. Baba came to Ife. I decided, Baba, look for her. Where is that girl that said she wants to see me eyeball to eyeball? Very vocal.
Wow.
Very vocal. So it's gift, your gift. There are some of our young ones that, as little as they are, they will cut cardboard cartons of biscuit and another thing. They will cut it. They will use it to mold house and another thing like that. Yeah. You need to set yourself concerning this one. They're choosing their own path. Some will take 1 or 2 batteries together with rotor. They will say they are building fan and that thing. Just allow them to go into engineering. Some it is drawing. You don't need to waste your time concerning those ones. Don't divert their destiny. That's where I can see it. Nobody choose for me. I choose for myself. And I'm not regretting my decision so far. I remember after I finished my ND, I came home and I sat beside my father on his bed and he was asking me, can you become a lawyer? And I know why. Because there was court case ongoing at that time concerning the chieftaincy issue, the kingship matter in my hometown. And you know how much they have spent, and if you have a son who's a lawyer, you'll be able to defend us in law court. I said, sure. No, it's not possible. I want to be an accountant at that time before I change my direction again based on what is trending. And that's another thing. That's
wow.
Yes.
Because of what is trending.
What is trending?
Wow.
So that's another thing, because there may be need for career change because of you're growing up, coming up in life. So it's very important.
Career changing.
Yes, sir.
That means one may have been good at something, and you just decide to change because there's a certain thing that is trending. Actually.
Exactly.
Because I know at the moment, IT is actually trending.
Yes.
When it comes to that's what it is. I actually said there is no way my firstborn will not be an IT expert. Either he be computer scientist or computer engineer. Because that's what is actually trending at the moment. Okay. So, to that extent, that means one may not actually need to focus on a certain path in life. You have to. You can develop yourself in different.
I have a brother that studied elect, but he's on his masters in elect now. But what is he doing for a living? He's a programmer.
Wow.
It's a programmer. It's a website developer.
At the moment,
and a graphic designer, and he's very good at it. Very good at it. I have a guy that studied local government studies. Most of the graphic design that I do in the church is one doing it for me, and it's working even in a place where they are making use of me. And he studied local government administration in Obafemi Awolowo University. So there is possibility for you to change path. First degree is to give you a general insight into what you can become in life. And when you have opportunity, you can change to what suits your passion at times. Like it's very possible that you were forced to study this. Okay, maybe because you didn't meet the cutoff for that particular course, and you are offer a course. Because most of people that study English, you ask them, what do you want to study? I want to be a lawyer. But because they could not meet up, or they don't have somebody that is very good that can help them to get the course, we give them they give you English. Exactly. So, but after they've done that, I cannot go back to do what? Another program to meet up with what my passion and my time. So there's opportunity for career change.
All right. Thank you, sir. All these that we're saying are not actually very easy to do.
Yes.
If I'm correct.
Yeah.
Choosing a career in life might not be easy, considering different influence, parental influence, friends. My friend actually influenced me to a science student. A friend. I know I'm good at talking. I am good at talking. I love to be a lawyer. But because I need a friend to follow to Yoruba man so be time for jujo in class. Though the guy didn't know, but personally I know I followed him. The guy is currently serving in Osun State. Oshogbo. He didn't know, but I know then. And do you know the funniest part is that the day we were distributed to those classes, the art students went to their classes, the science went to their classes. That week, his parents changed the school. No, they relocated from our area. So he will have to follow the parents. So anything more for Jujo actually disappointed me, and that really break. I didn't perform well in science. It was later in life that I said, I'm going to go back to art class. I'm going to go back to art class. And so those are things in life that are not constant, that you find difficult. Decisions in life you find difficult to make. So what is your advice to people finding it difficult to make it out of life, choosing paths to follow, and some other ways like that?
Thank you, sir. Let me quickly talk about some factors that affect choosing your career, choosing making a good career choice. The first thing that I will talk about is the external influence, and the external influence including even your parents. Because I'm a doctor. I know I would love to have a son or a daughter who is also a doctor, and most especially those who have private hospital. So that after I've
gone hand over to
but experience has shown that for the fact that you're a doctor, you have your own hospital, doesn't mean that your son or your daughter will continue to run that hospital. There's a particular one in Ilefe here. After the man died, they tried to run the hospital for a 1 or 2 years, and they could not sustain it. The hospital is closed down today. And it is very possible that maybe the man even influenced him to study the medicine. It may not be his choice, but maybe along the line when he got there, he had the passion for it. But in running the father's hospital, and funny enough, the man's wife is also a nurse. So you can't say that they don't have all that it takes to run the hospital. But today, the hospital is closed down. Environment also determines what you become in life.
Where you grow up.
Where you grow up. People around you. The kind of society you find yourself. If you imagine somebody from inside, I'm sorry to say, Nyeforog is becoming a Tana, but I remember in those days they used to talk Nyeforog like a remote village where you go to pluck panda jump or on the tree. So there, what would they be discussing? I went to my farm today. I made 1,000 heaps of cassava or maize, or I planted so number of cocoa tree and other thing. And by the time they are harvesting, and you see the man counting money, you believe that that is the way of life. And you won't bother about education, you follow suit. But if you grow up in OAU quarters, that you wake up in the morning, you see the man you are living with is already in the study room by 3 o'clock, or you went to bed 4 o'clock.
Even around, was people around you. Exactly. People living closer to you. You see them waking up early in the morning, going to their different businesses. I remember sometimes I traveled to Lagos, and what comes to my mind, though, we wake up very early and go to my sister's shop, and when I wake up 5 a.m. and you see cars always running, compared to where I'm coming in Ekiti, where you don't even see hold up, there is no hold up. But in Lagos, hold up by 4 a.m. I was like, wow, someday I want to be in such, like I want to be encouraged to be active, proactive in working. I actually like wake up early in the morning, go to the office, start a life like that, and later in the evening come. I grew up with one of, is now a venerable in Ekiti. He's actually very, very busy. Very, very busy. And you know, I start to think that, wow, I wish to be busy like this man. He's busy. He's a lecturer supervising praise somewhere in one of the Dalhousie school or so. And when he says someone is busy, plus pastoring a church, you know, though stressed, but I want to be like these people. Now, considering that, you'll be encouraged to say what these people are doing. I think I need to do it too.
Yes, look at the example of my lecturer that I gave the other time. Professor Adenike Akinjobi, there was a time we were in class, and she told us that she used to edit scripts for American writers. That blew my brain. I'm like, whoa, this is a woman like myself. If she can do this, then I think I can do more. And this woman, she's in her late 50s. And here I am. I'm not even close to 40 yet. So, Kini Moishe, what am I doing? Like, I feel like, well, I need to come up with that and things like that. Then, maybe I forgot to mention, I'm a music minister, and I also have people that I look up to, like, okay, if these people can minister like this, look at Mercy Chinwo today. So your environment, people that you look up to, also determines, like Daddy already said, will determine choosing your career path in life too.
Let me say again that another thing is the issue of our society. Our society will believe so much that for ladies there are certain things you can't do.
Yes.
Look at mechanic. How many female have you seen taking up that field?
Well, I think
except the students that go into university
to study mechanical engineering.
Well, I think that is actually changing, because in this part of the world, I now see ladies becoming a cobbler.
Yes.
The
trend is just changing, but
yes. We've streamlined some jobs to being
jobs that are being attributed to a particular gender, which should not be. Another thing again that affects choice of career, another thing is that, okay, the government policy. If you don't score up to a social course, points, you can't enter. You can't take certain course. You can't do this. You can't do that. And somebody that maybe something went wrong during the exam period, you know, that this guy cannot be like this, can't perform like this. Because for me, I do say that examination is not the best way to judge students' performance. Because there are a lot of factors that happen. Personally, I've experienced that I've prepared well for the exam.
And you get to the
exam,
it's all fade off.
Happened. I can't even explain. I just thought I couldn't write anything. And I slept off. Yes, I slept off in the exam. And eventually when the result came, I failed the exam. I knew from the one that I would fail the exam. But thank God that there was opportunity for receipt. I was talking of my junior exam. And that helped me out. If not, it would have been a serious issue. So the government policy affect choice of career. And what is
governmental policies, social policies, environmental policies.
Exactly.
Okay.
It affects our choice of career. Another thing is, what is the trend now? 10 years ago, there was something like digital marketing.
Sure.
Yes.
There was nothing like that. But today, or content
creation.
There was something like that. But now, there are jobs that are in vogue. And if care is not taken, sir, there are some jobs that in few years to come, they won't be relevant. They won't be relevant. It is very possible in an organization today that you may not have somebody that has knowledge of accounting, that is a graduate of accounting. You may not have, because of what? There are software that can do the job. Just bring a layman. This is how you post. This is what you post. This is what you do. And at the end of the day, you get your, and that account for my change of profession.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let me ask Mrs. Ajala, creating a job, what do you say to that as part of choosing a career? Probably if the governmental effort is not helping you, or every other circumstances is not helping you, what can you say about creating personal employment?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Biodon. We realize that the Nigerian situation presently has turned everybody to one CEO or the other. Yes. And well, it's not a bad thing to create a job for yourself. As much as it is, and as much as people tend to look at it like, I think the best way to live your life now independently in Nigeria is to create a job for yourself. At least have something you are proficient at doing. Because right now, even in Nigeria, except for the higher class people, when you come to this lower class, you cannot sustain yourself on any salary.
Oh, what do you mean the higher class?
The rich, the influentials, those ones, but if you know you are not Omobolanle, you know that you are just coming up, you cannot sustain yourself on any salary. I've not seen anybody that says it's just the salary that is sustaining him or her. Yes. Lodi Fafun, lawyer to digital marketer. Of course.
So everybody is looking side, is doing side.
Everybody is doing side also. You have to permutate 1 + 3 before you can get your 6. It's not even 4 now. It's 6. Yes. Look, I have a friend. We finished in UI together. She finished from adult education. Tell me what she wants to be doing with adult education in Nigeria by now. She's not really doing anything. She's into Oriflame, and she's making a six digits money. Yes, that is. Even she studied adult education.
And she's not even using that.
No. She's now an Oriflame. What do we call it now? Consultant. Yes, and she's making a 6 digits figure. So creating a job for yourself is very good. I personally, I've always dreamed myself to have a school. I remember back then in year when we did ETR 301, we were told to write a business plan. It was part of our examination then. So, and my business plan was to have a school. I did an understudy from my secondary school back then in Osun State in Elisha. Yes. So I went to ask the man, and the man was like, Tabitha, you also want to have a school? I said, sir, you know that is the dream right from outset. And it's like, well, you can do that. But even aside that, aside from being a teacher, I'm a traditional wedding compere. He said he's going to take money for the advert. So I'm advertising again. I'm a traditional wedding compere. I'm a music minister. I'm a businesswoman.
A lot of it.
Yes.
You're also a teacher.
I'm also a teacher.
You alone?
Yes. So in fact, I'm a drama personnel. Talk about it. I'm just Then I realized that God so blessed Nigerians that we are so wired in a kind of way that we can do more than 2, 3 things.
Exactly.
Together, even though
it's not that easy. Yes, God has so wired Nigerians that way. It's just a special gift. I realized that you find somebody, he is this person, he is the same person, he is this person doing different things at the same time. So don't limit yourself. Don't allow anybody to limit you and say, no, this is what you're supposed to do and you're not supposed to do this. Create a job yourself. Create a job yourself. If Nigerian economy is not helping us out, we need to help ourselves out. Fine, it will demand capital. I understand. That's the main thing. It will demand capital.
Even it's challenging.
Yes.
Everybody has, I think many people has potentials.
Yes.
To create one thing or the other. But the capital is the challenges.
Yes.
Well, let me ask Daddy. He's an accountant. If you are growing up as an average person, how can one raise capitals to start maybe a small scale business? How can one raise capitals?
Thank you very much. You see, many times we look at, oh, I want to start something and it will require 2 million naira to start, and as a result of that I cannot start. So you are looking for 2 million naira. Instead of break down the business plan, you can start, if you can start with 50,000 naira, you can start with 100,000 naira, and from there you try to grow your financial base. And from there you acquire that 2 million naira that you are looking for. Rome was not built in a day. And so you try to start small, then you think fast and you grow big. But now raising fund for your business, there are many conventional and unconventional ways to raise money for business. One of it is other people's money. We call it other people's money.
Sometimes it's hard to get.
I know it's hard to get, but it is still easy to get.
Wow, tell us.
Okay, you are my brother, you are my friend. Bedo, can I get 20,000 from you? I will look at how long it will take me and tell you by so time I'm returning it. And once you know that this man will not fail, there are some people that when they call me that, Reverend, I need so amount of money from you. If I don't have it, I will look to people who can give me, because they know, I know for sure that they've built up this integrity for a long time. This is a relationship of over 10 years.
I think that's the first thing to do. Build trust.
Exactly. Over 10 years that consistently, when they need money for business and I give them, they return it. And not only that they return it, they add something
with interest.
With interest for me. And I will be able to return it to those who want the money. So it's an area that we don't look at. Even our parents, some parents, we may say that, okay, my parents are not too buoyant, but they may have one material or the other that can be useful. In the business. I have a cousin in Ghana. He was into politics. He was contesting. He was contesting for a political post. He met a car. He spoke to his father. He got the father blessing. And his father told him that, oh, that truck, that pickup, I'm giving you, so you can use it for the campaign. So the man puts the car in good order. So he doesn't need to be looking for a car outside. Then, if you are able to grow your business to a certain stage, there are banks that are meant that have been set up to help. One of it is Bank of Industry. And let me say this to people, which I know it will help me something, because I'm into financial advisory services. That yes, you can approach me if you have a business, a productive business, and you need money. I can guide you on how to secure Bank of Industry loan. I can say that. Yes, sir.
So this is, you're getting something free of charge on my show, and I think you people should come and pay. Come and pay. So I'm introducing Reverend Dr. Efunwole to you, my viewers. If you need a loan to start a business and you are a trustworthy person, you can meet him. Maybe he would like to drop his number for us on the show before he goes. And if you are in Ife or Osun State environment, you can contact him. Is he an ambassador of the Bank of
No. It's for my own consultancy work.
So you're going to charge people as well. All right.
Yeah,
So please, if you need an advice on how to raise a capital to start a business, you can please meet with him for this. And his number is 07039477982. Thank you, sir. You can continue.
So you can get loan from bank to start your business, but most importantly, irrespective of how you get your money, discipline, financial plan is very, very important.
So you won't take a loan for business and you go and use
for
it
another
for party.
thing. You marry second wife and you are buying cars and properties and other stuff like that, it will ruin the business fast. And when you are making profit from the business, try to pull back the resources into the business. Not that it shouldn't be the time for you to now be using the money for what will not help the business to grow. It shouldn't be the time for you to be using the money for what will not help the business to grow. So it's very, very important. It's very, very important that you are disciplined with your, irrespective of how much you are making or how much you were given to start a business. If you don't have financial discipline, everything will end within few period of time. A friend is consulting for a firm in Ubumosho, and the man brought Indians to manage the firm, and they were doing very well. They were doing very well. It's a farm, and within 2-3 years, something happened. The younger brother of the owner of the place lied against the Indians that were managing the firm, and they were sent away, and the man took over. When the man took over, the first thing he did was that in his office he bought a plasma TV like this one, 92 inches television and other things like that. And my friend said when he got there, he was looking at it. What is the essence of this television? Are you into TV show or whatsoever? Or are you into gaming show or whatsoever that you need something like this in the office? You don't need things like this in an office. And
92 inches TV.
Yes, and from there he started acquiring cars and other thing. By the second year they check, nothing to show for again. Nothing to show for again. Yes, what is general? And that is the end of many small businesses now. Financial discipline is not there. It's not there. There are many other ways that you can raise money. Cooperative is there. You need money, you can join cooperative. I've been a member of cooperative before, and I was getting money from the cooperative and paying back conveniently. And there's what we call contribution, either weekly, monthly, or yearly contribution. And end of the period, you get your money and you channel it towards that your passion or your business. As I'm speaking with you, I'm still doing contribution. I do monthly contribution. Yes, and from there I was able to plan my finances. So it's that's another area you can get money for your business.
Alright, thank you, sir. So I hope our viewers at home were able to check in and ask for assistance. Mrs. Ajala, what do you think? Where do you think someone can start a business? Do you have to be in the city to start maybe a small scale or a big scale business? And how does environmental EU contribute to your businesses when you try to create one?
The world is evolving, and it's already a global palace already. You don't have to be in the city before you sell what anything you're selling. I remember the friend that introduced me to mini importation. Then, he would say, you don't even need big money to start. All you need is, I'll send you the pictures of whatever thing we are ordering, post them on your status, introduce it to people, build trust. Just like we said, integrity matters most. When people cannot trust you with their money, it's a problem. It's a problem. So, try to build trust. And then, I realized that I'll just post it, tell some of our friends, okay, you want this, you want this, you want that, and then they order. I send the money, I remove my own share of the money, get their goods sent to them. Some will order from other courts. Some will say, okay, let me send it to, I'm way billing it. This is the amount for your way billing. I don't pay for your way bill now, it's not me. So I'll send it to them, and gradually like that, it keeps coming up like that. So the first thing is build your connections. Then now the circle you work into matters. If you are not moving with positive minded circle, it will really affect you. You need to check your circle out. If the only circle you are building is party today, you want to spend tomorrow, we have one BPB we are looking for, you would find yourself not being able to make anything out of it. So the money may not come handy like that, but gradually, then don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on what you've not started. Don't let it let you down. That's just it. Because it will keep looking as if it's not achievable. But when you look down on yourself, it will look as if it's not achievable. But trust me, everything is achievable for a mind that puts the mind on it.
Thank you. Can you give a final advice?
Yes, thank you. Let me say that I want to talk to you in the issue of starting a business and sharing your vision, your idea with people. You need to be extra careful. There are thieves out there that don't have any idea, but they can steal your idea. And it's very important that you are being mindful of those you are sharing your idea with. It's very important. So don't share your idea with anybody. And the moment you are able to consider the idea, prayerfully you got to do that. You have to say that. Go ahead. Don't be afraid of any challenge. There will always be obstacles. There will always be challenges that will tell you that this is not possible. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up. Never give up. When you look at money, when I started my LSC, I didn't have money. I don't like any money who will sponsor me. But today, the place is already in the markets. Yeah. So don't look at challenges around you. Focus your mind on your God and on that goal. And then
There's a question coming up from our Facebook page, and the question is, please sir or ma'am, a person who doesn't really know where he or she is good at in choosing career field, what can the person do?
you need to get a career consultant.
I don't know.
Well, yes, if the person can contact me, I don't mind, you can talk and see. But there is nobody that you should be able to sit down and assess yourself. Know your strength. There's something called SWOT in business. Your strength, your weakness, your opportunity, and your strength. So the person should be able to sit down and analyze himself. What are the things I can do without struggling? You can easily do it. Yeah, exactly.
So you are really
I'm a career consultant. The person that actually contacts what she wants to. But like I said, everyone is good at something special at something. And in fact, you can be jack of all trades. So you don't even know it before. That may be. It's a nice class. But in my peak, before he clocked 15, he would pick a BB battery, one wire, and maybe one useless bulb in the house, and boom, generate light. He would cut cardboard, putting lights. I could remember there was power outage in our area there, and all the lamps that we were using went off at the clock. Before we got home from shop library, we had built cartons together and joined one battery, one full battery to the other with wire and everything, and boom, there was lighting. So he's the same keyboardist. He would play saxophonist. He is a drummer. He does tie and die. He draws. name it. So I just tell
That means you
him.
can
So
anything you put your heart
So I
at.
just tell him, make sure you pick something so that you don't become jack of all trades, master of none. Because you realize that if you don't pick up something and develop yourself on that very area, you realize that every other thing will just keep falling off. It will just keep falling off. I used to be a very good typist, but of recent I realized that I've not been typing for a very long time. Perhaps if I used to type with 5 words per minute, these days I cannot even type 75.
So that means the person that is asking the question, you should look at yourself very well and just look at ways where you can improve more on what you can do best. There is certain thing you can do best. You just have to sit back and look at yourself. Sit alone. I think sit alone and check yourself. You are good at something. Everybody is good at something. Again, I want to sincerely appreciate you for coming to the second episode of my show, Mrs. Olayemi Ajala. It's a very short notice that I gave her, and she make it up to join us on this episode. I'm very, very grateful.
Thank you very
My
much.
regards to Reverend Ajala when you get home, and to my baby girl. Advice when I first arrived at this diocese, and the advice was a very good one. In fact, these are part of it. This is what I'm good at. If to be good at something, go viral, look at what people advise people and train people. And this is why this idea come into my mind, and I'm trying to exhibit it. So thank you, Daddy, for coming to the show.
Thank you.
Reverend Dr. Sanjoy Efunwale. My regards to the lawyer at home, and my regards to her, and my regards to mommy when you get home. Thank you, sir, for coming. And to all my viewers, it is my pleasure to have you on my show. In fact, you really encouraged me. You really, really encouraged me. I can't mention names enough. The last episode of the show was a wow. I received call outside the country on the show, and it was a very good commendation. It was a very good encouragement. So I want you to further encourage us by liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing to our YouTube page for more of this update. We will see you again next month on the show Youth Upkeep and Chat with Biodun. It is my pleasure to have you, Sister Mrs. Rachel Lagbaje Duduyegbe. I'm very grateful to have you. Reverend Brother Fagbuaro David Sunday Olaoluwa Ashiwaju Benjamin, Reverend Dari Duduyegbe. I'm very grateful that you joined my show. Folorunsho Becky Gold Oluwaseun. I'm very happy that you joined my show. And to Venerable Taiwo Adebayo, my biggest fans from Lagos West. I'm very, very grateful, sir. Thank you for coming on the show. Mr. Oshuntope, the secretary, I'm very, very grateful that you join us on the show. And to my studio engineer, Brother Odun Fashino, I'm so grateful for the best you are giving us. Thank you again. I remain your host every time, Biodun Bakari. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
very much for watching.
Thank you.
Shall we close?